Okay.
Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Coach T, and today I just had to do a random live for what's going on today in sports. So, if you've been stuck under a rock, you know what happened today. The Dallas Mavericks won the draft lottery. So, as you can see from my title, Dallas Mavericks win the draft lottery. Is the draft rigged? That is the biggest question out there. So, Dallas fans, I know you guys have been suffering since the Luka trade, and this is in my opinion, NBA's way of saying, "Here you go, you get another one," and it's no secret that Cooper Flag will be the number one draft pick. So, I just had to talk about that. So, how many times in history have you ever seen a playoff team, even though they made the play in, they didn't make the playoffs, but when's the last time you seen a playoff team, win the draft lottery? They had a 1.4% chance of winning the draft lottery. And that's not even the other big story. San Antonio gets the number two pick. So we're going to dive into that. Everybody knows the conspiracy of Giannis might leave Milwaukee. Then the door is opening. Won't be surprised if he lands up in San Antonio. San Antonio trades their two first round picks, number two, and I believe if somebody in the chat can tell me if I'm wrong, I believe they have the 21st or 22nd pick in the draft. They can trade both of those in a package, add one of their key role players, and boom, you have a chance of getting Giannis in San Antonio out there with De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. You got a strong front line there. But Texas next year, y'all gonna have a lot to cheer about. This is going to put the Mavericks up there with championship favorites, and wouldn't be surprised, if they make a deep run next year. So let's dive into that. As you can see from my first thumbnail here, you have a chance in Dallas to get this trio right here. You got Anthony Davis on one side, you got Kyrie on the other, and then you can throw in Cooper Flag in there, along with, of course, Klay Thompson, um, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. You got you a solid front line right there. You got you a solid playoff squad right there in Dallas. So, chat, this right here, I think, will make up for the Luka Doncic trade, in my opinion. That'll make up a wholeheartedly for that Luka Doncic trade right there. as you can see. That is a potential big three in Dallas next year. Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, and Kyrie when he gets back from injury. But until then, until he gets back, I'm 100% sure until Kyrie gets back, like Cooper Flag can hold it down. Now, I did go on the Format podcast, and I said that I don't not sold on Cooper Flag being a superstar right off the bat. I want to be proven wrong, but this changes the game here because he's going into a situation here where he doesn't have to be that top guy. He doesn't have to be that number one guy. He doesn't have to carry the team. And we all know Anthony Davis will be the number one guy until Kyrie gets back. And then when Kyrie gets back, he's going to be the number one guy. And then you have veterans. You have Klay Thompson there that can help, guide and mold Cooper Flag and to becoming a pro. You know that, to be a solid pro. So there's depth on that team to make a run. And adding Cooper there, whoo, sky's the limit for them. So their future is in debt. So who actually won the trade? I say Dallas. And check this out. I saw this here on Lakers Nation Instagram, which is Lakers 24/8, which is a tribute to Kobe, who says the Pelicans, they traded AD to the Lakers. And we know that happened back in 2019-2020 season when the Lakers won the bubble championship. Pelicans traded AD to the Lakers. They got the number one pick. So now the Mavericks, they trade Luka to the Lakers. And then they get the number one pick. Conspiracy? Rigged? Or just a look at the draw? You tell me. This is looking like a situation where you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And it's no secret. Since the Luka trade, ratings in the NBA has gone up. Um, Playoffs, right now, the NBA ratings are highest that it's been in a long time. The games are actually competitive. This is what everyone's talking about. Not even talking about Shador dropping in the draft anymore. Now this is going to be the talk of the town tomorrow morning. Just watch ESPN. Boom, this is going to be front page. I'm pretty sure I haven't checked out Rob Parker's radio show yet. I'm pretty sure he talked about this already. There's going to be podcasts all over the place talking about this. This is going to be number one news. So I have to jump in here and give my 2 cents in real quick. Like I said, this is going to be a quick show. I'm not even going to be on here that long. This is just something that, just had to be discussed real quick. So it's conspiracy here. The Lakers. So what is like? You trade your star to the Lakers. You're guaranteed a number one pick, and we all know the Lakers going to be itching to get a third star next year. Who's going to do it? Will it be the Bucks? Will they get the number one pick in 2026? Who knows? But this right here, I didn't even think about this until I saw this. Post, which makes a lot of sense because It happened. Oh, shout out! Let me bring on my man Brucey. Bruce was good, man. What's good? I'm gonna let you in here. I just wanted to come up here and do a quick little talk about this draft lottery still here.
I know, man. I'm pissed, man. It's an
I was
absolute.
shocked.
Hey, it's absolute bullshit. And a part of the NBA higher ups to basically they knew see everything coming to fruition. We all, like I said 3 months ago when they first got Luka, is a money play by the higher ups of the NBA. Understand what I'm saying? And it
Yeah,
just proved the point tonight. They had 1.8%
exactly.
chance of getting them. That absolute bull. Come on now. Stop
It
it.
was 1.8. I thought it was one. I thought it was 1.3.
Chance, yes.
I thought it was 1.3,
Yeah,
but it's 1.8.
1.3. It was an absolute travesty. It is the NBA is an absolute joke. They basically trying to bring it back. It is. I'm pissed, man, because it was other teams that deserved that spot before them, man. The Wizards needed help. They don't see the bottom tier teams like the Wizards. They want the Dallas. Listen, man, like the Spurs got two in the top 14.
Yeah,
Yes,
they got number two, and I don't have it up for me. I could pull it up.
they got number
But
2 and number 14.
yeah, but like I said when I came on, don't be surprised if they package that to get Giannis, to lure the Giannis out of
That's
Milwaukee,
my thing. That's what they're gonna try to do. They're gonna probably give them 2 picks from and
and
probably
then add somebody like a Max Christie in the deal,
yes.
or one of their key guys to lure Giannis there.
And that's a Laker Nation, an absolute travesty of the NBA what they just pulled off today. It's a joke. Even LeBron James
Yeah,
tweeted. Even LeBron James tweeted emojis, laughing emojis. We all know the play. This was the play from the beginning. Like I said, it's a billionaires playing with billionaire money. That's all it is, bro. It's an absolute joke, man. Just
so
now.
that's why I brought this up. Is it a conspiracy? Is
Yes,
the
it's a
league
conspiracy.
rigged, or
Yes,
is it just luck of the draw?
it's absolute rig. What the hell? What the hell else? Come on now, stop it, man. It don't take a goddamn rocket science to see the shit. I told
That
motherfuckers
is
3 months ago it was a power play by the owners, the billionaire boy club of the NBA to get Luka to LA, to get the views back up. Then
and it worked.
and it worked. And they say,
The
oh,
view the views, just the playoffs alone, the views
oh,
has been up the highest since it's been since 2010.
right. And storylines drive leagues. So say, oh, let's get
Mm-hmm.
since we did that
Mm-hmm.
to Dallas, let's give them the first pick so they can get the great white hype.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
Cooper
they get
Flag,
another one.
which I think is an absolute mistake. He shouldn't be. No, he's not the best player in the draft to me. I'm not even saying Dirk Queen the best. I think Ace. There's a couple other guys that's better than him, me, truthfully.
But if you look at it, the draft is not that deep this year
It's not that deep.
but
It's
Ace
top
Bailey,
heavy. It's top
but
heavy.
Derek Queen is going to go into the lottery.
Yes.
They
You got-
are they're
Go
already
ahead.
doing their mock drafts now. I just didn't have time to post all this because I want to hurry up and get on here before
Well,
it
they
gets
got
too
him
late.
7. They got him 7 in the mock draft. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but I think he's going to go. I think he should go 3 to Philly
Yes.
because they
Yes.
need another big because Embiid is not healthy. It won't stay
So do you
healthy.
believe Ace Bailey is? Do you think Cool Flag better than Ace Bailey though? I don't think he's better than Ace Bailey.
Now maybe, but overall Ace Bailey is going to be the better prospect
Absolutely.
because right now he's raw. He just need to be polished, and he
Yes.
needs to go to a. I want him to go to a franchise that's going to develop him, and he will be perfect in San Antonio
Well, Ace
because
Bailey.
yeah,
So now
because they
it's.
polish their drafts.
But hey, like you say, they might not. They might. San Antonio might trade those picks for Giannis. Who
Or
knows?
they
Well,
or I've seen it happen before, Brucey. They go in there, they draft a player like a Ace Bailey, and they send them off to the team that they want to go to. that really wanted him.
True.
We've seen that happen before.
Well, do you
Like
think
with Penny Hardaway and Chris Webber, we seen it happen with them too.
Yeah, right. Like they swap Jameson for Vince Carter. So
exactly. So they might pick him and ship him off to Milwaukee.
Yes, like they swapped Kobe for who? For somebody else. When Kobe was at Charlotte, right?
Vlade.
Yes.
They sent Vlade and somebody else.
Man, the NBA is a goddamn joke. Everybody talk about that. I was pissed. Dallas deserved that pick. The Dallas was damn near in the playoffs. How they get the first pick?
What? Last time I checked, the Celtics was putting boots to asses to them.
Man, the Knicks whooped them. The Knicks whooped them. I'm sorry.
I had my own draft today. I had my youth drafts for my rec league today, so I wasn't tapped in. I got the alert while I was doing my draft.
Yes,
I was picking my kids for the rec league. So that's why I got the alert. I said, man, as soon as I get home, get settled, I'm going live. F that.
Yes, so it's most definitely a goddamn. Because come on now. This is proof that the NBA draft lottery is rigged. If it's not, why not do it like the NBA? Who the worst from the first? You feel me? I mean, do it like the NFL. Man, why not doing it like that?
They haven't done that in years. They're fixing their leagues. And just like LeBron said, I didn't have time to cut that clip so I can post it. But he said when he said in this interview, he was speaking. One thing I can say that one time LeBron was speaking the truth when he came to Ewing going to the Knicks, Derrick Rose going to Chicago,
right?
Him going to Cleveland. Like NBA fixed that.
Well, but like I say, man, this is the absolute man. This is funny, man. This is going to be on every goddamn news media syndication tomorrow morning. You already know. Hey, speaking of the Knicks and the Celtics, I'm so happy the Celtics lost. I'll be glad when it's over with because the damn I saw how they play.
I tried to call Bruce to tell him I was going live to get on.
Text him and tell him we on. Hit him up and tell him we on here now.
He didn't pick up. I told him I was going live.
Absolute joke. I am so happy that this is over with. Please,
come on, Chief, get on here. Get on here with me and Brucey. Come on, Chief, get on here.
I am listen, man. Check this out. I am so happy, man. The Celtics are a goddamn eyesore. Listen, it's a beautiful thing when it's working, but when it's not working, it's like, okay, is this really basketball? Everybody standing behind the 3-point line. I mean, goddamn.
So what do you think about this, Bruce?
What?
I'm not trying to change the subject, but what do you think about this? Dallas has become the first city ever to win the #1 picks in the NBA and WNBA draft in the same year.
The Dallas become the first city ever to win a #1 pick. Yeah. Oh yeah, because they got Paige Buckers for the Dallas Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, he knows all the money. Play with the Billionaires Boys Club.
And what they know this. And what are they trying to build in Dallas?
That's a good question.
They trying to get that casino out there.
Oh, I never know. Oh,
it's a money play, man. And the best way to get it is to get these stars out there, man.
Yes, you got to get the stars.
They moved Luka to LA, another big market to help, like you said, Brucey, to boost the league.
Yes.
And now they got Paige Beckers, who's a huge draw. Next to Caitlin. And then now you got Cooper Flag coming there.
And you got the Cowboys already. And you know Dallas.
And then you got this with the Cowboys. Sorry, Carlos. We want to talk about this.
Bruce!
You got him in Dallas.
Bruce!
What's up, soldier? All right.
Hey, there's no youth on this show, so you guys can be yourselves, man. This is not a youth show. This is all adult grown man show.
Hey! I feel so sorry for Cap. I know he crying over there. He couldn't come on the mic tonight.
Bruce. Hey, somebody hit Brucey up.
I hit that gravy train up, man. I'm like, man, get on. I told him I was going live.
He ain't trying to answer. He ain't been answering me all day either. He must be busy. He ain't busy. Hey, what you got George Pickens up on the thing for? What about him?
No,
Dallas
the city of Dallas,
Oh, yeah.
man. They're gonna be doing big things next year.
Man, this is an absolute joke.
You got George Pickens there. Now you got Cooper Flag coming, and now
This
you
is proof.
got Page there.
This is proof that the NBA Illuminati is a real thing, man. This is an absolute joke. We seen the play 3 months ago when Luka went to the Lakers. We already seen the play. I knew something like this was going to happen. When I first seen Dallas had a chance to get in, 1.8, ding, 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 and don't take it rocket scientists.
Yeah.
Because Dallas is a big market.
Let me pull
So
this back up, Chief. This is gonna be the big three in Dallas next year.
man.
Oh, don't forget they got Gafford,
And
Lively. They got a lot of those big guys. Oh man.
You got Max Christie.
Yes.
And they got Christie.
You got Max Christie. You got Clay still there.
Yep.
This is an absolute joke, bro.
And who's the coach again? Is it Jason? Right?
Jason Kidd.
This is an absolute joke.
So everybody was talking about firing Nico. That's gonna change. That they gonna change their tunes next year.
Nico, the smartest man in the room. He knows something. Hey, he knew something we didn't know.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, he knew something we didn't know. Man.
Adam Silver told him. Adam Silver told him that you trade Luka to LA. We gonna get you the number 1 pick. We're gonna get you Cooper. Just ride out the season. Just ride out the storm. That's why there was a reason I never said it, but I thought it in my head. It's like this man looks unbothered. There's something going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Like Nico went because he knew his job wasn't in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Because he was sitting there chilling.
Yeah.
Through the whole thing. He was just sitting there, the same look on his face.
Yo, I mean, seriously, I'm really in shock at all right now. Like how how this all unfolded. Yo, this is an absolute joke, bro.
I wonder where your guy gonna go, Bruce.
I want to get y'all thoughts on this too. This is on the Lakers 24/8 Instagram page. When I ran onto this, shout out to them. You know that's paying respects to Kobe. Mm-hmm. But it's the Lakers Nation Instagram. So they said, back in 2019-2020 season, the Lakers traded for AD.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lakers then the Pelicans got the number 1 pick then.
Mm-hmm.
And so now the Mavericks trade Luka to the Lakers, and then Dallas gets the number 1 pick. And then he puts the emojis like something to think about. So what's your thoughts on this?
Go ahead, say it.
Well, I guess you couldn't have hindsight is something to be said.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to be in the moment to win a championship, which the Lakers did with AD at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would have won it, pandemic or not, because I like the way that team was structured.
Yeah,
because you had LeBron playing point, and you had McGee, you had AD, you had a big team. Then you had Danny Green, what's his name? Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo there.
Yeah, but
you had depth in the front line with JaVale McGee.
Yeah, so
and Dwight Howard. Yeah, they had this. Then you had Danny Green. Danny
Green.
The Lakers moved him out of town, but Danny Green was you had shooters. You had a complete team.
Yeah,
before the shoot down. Wow, before the shutdown,
right?
Lakers had just beat Milwaukee.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They had just beat the Clippers.
Yep.
They had beaten every top team that was in the league at the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, Chief, they were going to pace. They were going to win that title no matter what.
That was just a year.
Yeah, and I think, let's say if the pandemic never happened, nobody would have been able to throw shade at LeBron for winning that title. I think the conversation would have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
It was just something, it's just something to because I've always said, man, ain't no championship. There's no asterisk on a championship.
No.
Everybody
was under the same circumstances.
With the
So,
bubble championship, he sure ain't no ashes behind.
No,
it ain't none.
it started with Pat Riley. Look, Pat Riley said that in the press conference.
Right.
After they lost. And if that, let's say the shoe was on the other foot. Let's say the
Yeah,
Lakers
right.
lost, let LeBron would have said that.
Man, what about Indiana, man, whooping on Cleveland like this? What is going on, man? Like,
All right, see, Brucey trying to change the show topics.
no, I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm just talking.
No, but yeah, they destroyed them yesterday.
Yeah, but
I pulled up the score. They were up 39. It was 78-39, my dudes.
yeah,
I know, man.
I'm like, what the F is going on?
Hey, what's his name? Sneed and my boy Steve. They crying the Cleveland Blues right now.
I didn't know Steve was a Cavalier fan. I didn't think.
Yeah, they from Cleveland. I think those guys.
I didn't know he rooted. I didn't know he was rooting for Cleveland.
Yeah,
man. But on back to this Dallas thing, man. I'm just like, what? Now, where do we go from here? Like, the Great White Hope. They got him up there like he was going to be. He's goddamn Larry Bird coming out of Indiana State. I don't think the guy's that good, truthfully.
Nah, man. I will.
When he played those dogs in the NCAA tournament, when he played those pit bulls of Houston, I don't mean to get. I ain't even gonna pit race in it. I ain't even gonna do that, yo. But anyway, when he played against dogs, it's all gloves off on the channel. You know, Bruce, we on BPG, we on PG time over there. We gotta sit in the corner if we say anything crazy. I know you hear this, Brucey, but
he hiding somewhere because Boston.
When Cooper Flag played against those dogs at Houston, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. So I'm telling you, this is huge bust potential for Cooper Flag. You know, Duke players don't turn out that well.
But he's in a perfect place where he doesn't have to. He don't have to be the guy. They can hide him and develop him. That's going to be AD's. Like I said when the show came on, this is AD's team until Kyrie comes back. Then Kyrie's going to take over being number one. And AD's going to go back to being, his perfect role.
Do you think Kyrie going to recover fully from that ACL tear?
I don't think he's not going to come back until after the All-Star break.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
But he's a skill guy.
Yeah, you never know what this
team is. They're going to pick up a point guard in free agency and that's going to add more depth when playoff come. They're going to pick up a veteran guard because Jason Kidd likes veteran guards. He's going to pick up another veteran guard. I got to do my research to see who's coming up on free agency as a point guard.
But we all know the medical advances of today is just amazing. Who knows when Kyrie may come back?
He can take his time because they're going to be in the top 4 in the West next year. Regardless, because they solid.
Yeah,
they're not losing. They're not losing anyone.
Plus their front line is still young. They got a young, athletic front line.
Yes, they do.
And what a lot of people don't notice, they made Luka look good.
They did make Luka look good on lobs.
Yep, because with the lobs and also the defense.
Absolutely.
Drive by Luka.
That's what Rob Pelinka got to do. He's got to get defense around him and LeBron because we know LeBron's coming back. You can't have a 41. He's going to be 41 next year. You can't have him out there in the front line.
Hey man, when you just mentioned LeBron, I got sleepy. I'm so tired of hearing this man name. Oh, the good Jesus! I'll be glad when it retires.
Yeah, this is not a LeBron show. This is about the Mavericks. You notice I didn't put LeBron in the title.
The LeBron fatigue is real, bro. Like even though LeBron did tweet out laughing emojis after Dallas got the pick.
Because he
tweeted it out.
We all know it before. He knew it was gonna happen.
Please leave LeBron home. I'm so tired of the Lakers, yo. I really am, yo. I get sleepy every time I hear them.
Well, here's the deal. As far as the Lakers, I think Giannis might be going. I think he's coming to LA. I believe so. I believe so. He's tired of Milwaukee.
They ain't got the trade capital. I don't think.
Here's the deal.
San Antonio.
It's gonna be on LeBron.
Yeah, San Antonio got the
San
capital
Antonio,
right now.
San Antonio got the capital to get whatever star they
Plus,
want.
San Antonio is a very intriguing team to go to because they got the unicorn down there, and they got Stephon Kent. They got pieces,
and they got the number 2 pick too, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the top 3 picks is Dallas 1, San Antonio 2, and Philly 3.
Yeah, the Lakers don't have the how could I say
Both of them can make a play for Giannis if they wanted to. Philly and San Antonio.
So let me ask you this: what was your reaction when you first heard that Dallas got the first pick?
I was like, "This is air." Let me tell you what happened in the room. My thing was, this shit rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged.
I was like, I called this 2 months ago when we was on Bruce's show.
Right.
You was there because we had that show when we was talking about Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
And I was on it, and I said that the best fit for him will be Dallas.
Yeah. Yep. You called it though. You did say that.
I said it way back then.
You did.
That's why I wasn't surprised. I was just like, this shit rigged.
But is it a bad thing that this happened? Is it a bad thing?
It's bad for the teams that need them.
That's what I was saying, yo.
Like the Sacramento Kings.
Like the Wizards.
Like the Wizards.
Yeah.
Like the Charlotte Hornets.
You know what they say, the rich get rich and the poor get poor, right?
Which they're predicting Ace Bailey to go to Charlotte in the mock draft. I don't want him to go there.
I think San Antonio gonna get him.
Well,
no, they're gonna get the other guy. They're gonna get Ron's son, Harper. I think they're gonna yeah, San Antonio. Yes. You gotta think.
Everybody sleeping on Dark Queen though, yo. I'm telling people, all right, okay.
I want him. I want to see him go to Philly at number 3.
Yeah, me too. That'd be a good spot, right?
They need a big because
he
won't stay healthy to save his life.
You put Beat at the 5 and him at the 4.
Him at the 4. That'd be a solid front line right there.
Yep.
And Queen could hold and Queen, regardless of what Bruce say. Queen can hold it down when Embiid goes down. We know what's going to happen. He can hold down the fort.
Look, quick hit. Y'all know Michael Jordan coming back to television as the contributor to NBA. You see that?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that when Carlos was available because that's something he want to talk about.
Nah, but that's cool. All right.
I know you don't want to hear your boy name, so I'm not gonna say it. But this is gonna be the first time in the NBA that those two gonna be in the league together, and that's gonna be all over ESPN.
Oh man, you know, hey, market hear Bruce now.
The marketing team is drawing it up right now. When I saw that, I said, "Yep." Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear Bruce now. Would do that? Would they? LeBron is nowhere near.
Wait a minute.
Ratings.
What I'm thinking.
Man, I'm with you, Brucey. I am sick and tired of that conversation. Like,
let
the man fin. I'm gonna let the man fin. I ain't saying nothing else about him. I had my rants. I got that out of my system. And it wasn't even shot at him. It was shot at the whole squad.
Yep, I know.
So I already know.
What's your lineup for the week? What's your lineup for the week, Laker Nation? Like, so you go Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays?
Right now, since we're brand new, I'm trying to get as much content out as possible.
Yeah,
and then
you pop up, do whatever you got to do to get your channel roll. I like how you're doing this, though.
Yeah, we
got to get guys come in and actually. This is smart. It's also smart that you bringing the youth in. That's smart.
Right. Yeah. Oh, we gonna be going. I'm gonna wear myself out because these next 2 weeks I'm gonna be going 5 days a week. I got a huge lineup.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I got a 5th grade big man.
Okay.
Austin Martinez tomorrow.
He nice.
And all my kids I got on here is
nice.
They are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop on the. I'm gonna grill him. I'm gonna drill him.
Friday. You can't miss. You can't miss Friday. This
What's
kid
going on
right
Friday?
here is Lil Key.
Okay.
He got his own podcast too.
Okay.
Wow. When you see, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But he's the nicest
one.
Huh? He's the nicest one that I'm gonna have on here.
I'm gonna drill him then.
And then you got Baby KD coming on Saturday.
When you meet all these guys at? These guys, where you at though? These little kids, they where you from? Everywhere. Okay.
I just got my ears in the circle.
That's as you should. I like how you doing this, bringing the youth in. You let people come in and actually like come on the plan. Or that's smart,
Yeah.
smart.
And
But
then
this
a
kid,
lot of the
you
young
see
kids,
him.
they get a lot of training. They get a lot of training on
Yeah, they do.
doing actually
Right.
podcasting stuff.
That's the great thing about now that they
Right.
have what we didn't have.
Hey, I'm
They
ready to get
got
off this. I can ready to get off this thing, though, but I got one question. Me and Bruce was going back and forth about this, about Lamar being on 50 Cent show, killing somebody on 50 Cent show, right? You see that? Did you see when Lamar was on?
Yeah, he was on Ray Cannon.
You know
He was
how
on
Bruce is. He should be studying film. He got to get it done. I say, Bruce, this is all season, man. What are you talking about? God damn, it's May.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Private chat me the what the show that it was on.
Just go on YouTube and tap in Lamar Jackson saying 50 Cent Power. Well, that's all you gotta do when you get a chance.
Oh, you said Lamar Jackson. I thought
Lamar Jackson. He got a scene on Raising Canaan.
Why am I thinking about LeVar?
No. Lamar, he got a scene on Raising Canaan. Bruce talking about he should study.
I heard about that. I heard about that.
Film. He
was playing. He was playing the bad guy. He was the thug.
Bruce like he should be studying until he gets it done. He shouldn't be on TV doing anything. I say, Bruce, this is spare time. What are you talking about?
Man, Shaq did it.
Another argument we had.
Deion Sanders did it. Randy
Everybody
Moss
did it, but he said all them won championships. But I would say I would take Flacco before I would. I don't mean to turn to a football conversation, but I'll say I'll take Lamar over Flacco. But we'll talk about this in another time. But hey, Liquor Nation, keep doing your thing. I'm gonna come on Friday. What time Friday?
7.
So you got a
Fridays is 7. Saturdays
Eastern,
is
right?
6:30. Yeah, all Eastern.
Okay.
Fridays 7 Eastern, Saturdays 6:30, and Sundays 6.
I'm gonna come in and have some questions for the young fellas, and it's gonna be very entertaining. And I'm trying my best to make everybody feel comfortable.
Because you had them stumped with the Baltimore Blast one with little Casey. We're like, huh? What the they ain't gonna tell us to Google it.
Hey man, peace out, Sid Bubba Liquor Nation. Keep doing your thing, man. I'm gonna always be tuning in. I'm gonna give all the support I can, brother.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro. Hey man, you hear from Bruce before? Get on him, get him, Liquor Nation. He's quiet now. Them Celtics look. He hiding.
I am gonna get him because I called him and I was like, I called him to tell him I'm going live tonight, man. Get your on here.
All right, man. I get up with y'all boys. I get up with you, niggas.
All right,
bro.
All right, water.
Water.
Yeah,
man. I had to come on here.
Yeah. I was glad you was on, man. After I seen that game, I was like, "What?" I did hear from Bruce earlier.
Oh yeah, I ain't hear from Bruce all day.
Yeah, I heard from him. I talked about the trade. I didn't get on him on the game because when I watch the game, I'd be like, be into it, be like, no. So it looks bad for his Celtics because Tatum went out with an ankle injury. It looked bad. He couldn't put any weight on it or anything. Yeah. So my guy,
second time in this playoffs, he done got hit like that.
And then
you think they're taking cheap shots at him?
Not really. He just kind of fell awkward and he just couldn't get back up.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, he couldn't put any weight. You just could see it all over his face, man. He couldn't do anything. So, and then I'm looking at the Cleveland. I said, the Eastern Conference. It could be possible that the 1 or 2 seed don't make it out the East.
It could be a time that the 1 and 2 seeds on both sides go down.
Right.
Because the 2 seed on the West is already out of here.
Yeah.
But the 360 win teams.
Yeah.
Because I don't. But I think OKC and Denver. I think they're 2-2 now.
Yeah, they 2-2.
They're 2-2. They're gonna go. They're gonna go all the way. In my opinion, unless OKC does something ridiculous.
Right.
But it's looking like Knicks.
And
I'm glad you brought that up.
yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know if you follow WWE.
Yep.
Last year, they did a segment where they had Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson on an episode of SmackDown.
Another conspiracy
And
theory.
Michael Cole
Yeah.
said live on the air that this is a prediction of the Eastern Conference Finals right here. He said that a year ago.
Mm.
So, and then I'm looking at the playoffs now, and I'm like, they 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 think we stupid. They
Yeah.
telling us what they're gonna do right in our face.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, and when you brought it up now, I think played back in my head, and I'm like,
Yeah.
we gonna see that, and that's gonna be a movie.
3-1, 3-1.
That
And
series is gonna be a movie.
right. So I don't know if the Cavs could come back, and
They're
certain
not.
teams just got certain teams numbered.
Nah, not without Garland.
Right.
Because I knew they was losing when they said they're not even gonna rush Garland back. I'm like,
Yeah.
when they said that, I'm like, oh yeah, they get preparing. They know the script.
Yep.
They know the script. It's
Yeah.
Pacers Knicks, and
Yeah.
I can't even pick that one because it's just gonna be a movie. That's gonna, and I wouldn't be surprised if for the $100 million man, if they don't throw him a bone and put the Knicks in the finals. I wouldn't be surprised, Chief.
Well, then I'm thinking now. I guess Minnesota and the Warriors. Steph is out,
Yeah,
so
Minnesota's gonna take that one. They're not. They're not gonna beat them without Steph.
yeah, they're not playing good at all. The Golden State.
I think they're down 3-1 right now.
No, they're up 2-1, but they're not playing good. It ain't because it's probably because the Warriors don't have Steph, but man, Minnesota can't hit anything.
Yeah, Minnesota's up 2-1 right now. It's right now. I don't have the game up, but Minnesota's up 16-14. It just started. Like I said, I ain't gonna be on here too long. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I just wanted to come on here and talk and give my 2 cents about that lottery steal.
I couldn't believe it.
They stole the lottery, and this is what you're gonna see in Dallas next year. And I don't know who this Justin Morelli is.
Yeah,
I've learned that when you're on a podcast, when you're doing podcasts, and you find material, you shout out the person to do it. So shout out Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
Like all these clips are from Bleacher Report except for one. So shout out to Bleacher Report.
All right.
Dallas became the first city ever to win the #1 picks in the WNBA and the NBA.
Mm.
So Dallas fans have a lot to cheer about, and they got the George Pickens trade for their Cowboys. They have a chance for their three major teams to do something. To do something next year, unless they fumble the ball. And then shout out to
which is
whoever
the
Justin
Cowboys
Morelli
is
is.
known for that.
Say that again.
Cowboys are known to fumble the ball.
Man, they better not fumble this one. I mean, it's gift wrap right there for them.
Mm.
But whoever Justin Morelli is, shout out to you. He said Silver really went out for Luka.
Wow.
The internet's
you know what? Really look at it. They wanted to get they got who they wanted in a lot better shape than Luka. So it's just too perfect. Too perfect.
Yep. It's too perfect. It's too perfect for them.
So, yeah. Yes, sir, man.
But when you guys do when you guys when you guys see the replay,
Right.
put in the comments what you think about this. For the Dallas Mavericks. What do y'all think? Will Dallas be championship contenders now, or will they fumble the bag and go somewhere else and not get Cooper Flag? What is everyone's thoughts? So when you see this when you click on this link after the live ends and you see the replay, leave your thoughts in the comments and I will respond. I will respond live.
Okay. Yeah, the NBA. I put the NBA's rigged. It's rigged.
It's no secret, man. It's no secret.
Michael Jordan coming back to NBC, Charles on ABC, ESPN. So yeah.
Shout out to the NBA for at least listening to their fans somewhat.
Yep.
They're bringing back the most popular era.
Yep.
The late 90s. I can't think of the gentleman's name. May you rest in peace. The voice of NBC. They're bringing him back, of course, with AI.
Okay.
To do the announcements when the NBA when it comes on.
Okay.
So shout out to the NBA, and then they're bringing back their most popular athlete, Michael Jordan, to do commentary next year. So they're doing two things.
Yeah.
They're appeasing their old audience and their new audience.
Right.
You know, they're doing the streams, of course, with they go into Amazon and all that good stuff. And plus, and they're keeping NBA on TNT. You're just going to be on ESPN for for us.
Right.
You know, fans. And then I love the 90s style. And they're bringing back the voice. They're bringing back the theme. They're bringing it back to NBC. So shout out to the So I'm like I can't I call them out when they're doing stuff that don't make no sense, but I give them their props when they're doing things right.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got to give them credit. Yeah,
they're listening to their fans and they're doing a combination of pleasing the new fans, draw them in, and making their core fans that's been with them since the 90s and 2000s happy.
Yep.
You're not going to get the physicality back all the way.
Not all the way, but they're doing better now. On these playoffs, hey, it's good. So these, yeah.
Before I let you go, Chief.
Yes, sir.
I want to say something because I thought about Bruce's topic, his last show.
Okay.
When he was talking about Draymond.
Okay.
But no one's talking about Lou Dort kicking people in the nuts. No one's talking about Lou Dort giving cheap elbows to the throat. No one's talking about Lou Dort elbowing people in the back of the head and pushing them in the back.
Oh, yeah.
No one's talking about that.
Nope.
Why is that, Chief?
The reason why is because Draymond has I guess his reputation precedes him. So he's not going to, they know the reputation precedes him. Now, I like a guy like Draymond on my team personally. You can call him dirty. Guys like that, that's kind of what you need some guys who going to, hold their ground. Yeah, he's the best teammate you possibly can have, but he's going to be the other guy's worst opponent. I think that's just how he is. He's on the edge. You want him on the edge, but you don't want him to cross the edge. So that's how they deal with Draymond. You got to remember, Steph, Draymond got 4 titles too.
Yeah, he got the 4 titles to back it up. But
Lou Dort,
it's like
politics.
You call a spade a spade.
Politics.
If you gonna show on TV every time Draymond does something. Show something every time Isaiah Stewart does something.
Yeah.
Show every time Lou Dort does something.
Right.
You know,
But
he's
then
not
a
the
lot of
only
people,
enforcer in the NBA
right? But a lot of people they do not like Draymond because
because
one
he's
reason
a
they don't
champ.
like Draymond because he's in with Clutch Sports. So that's probably another
Yeah,
reason they don't like Draymond.
he's
Draymond
in he's in Clutch Sports and he's a champion.
is a champion, so they do not like him at all. But the thing about it is, if you really listen to him on his podcast, he's very intelligent. He's real smart.
Sometimes, like
Yeah.
the stuff that came out of his mouth about Shaq's Lakers and his Warriors.
Man, he know better than that. He said, who go guard Shaq? Draymond, you can't guard Shaq. Not that Shaq.
Not that Shaq, the team that they were talking about.
No, who gonna guard Kobe?
They were talking about the year that the Philly year.
No, they couldn't beat him that year. No,
They were talking about the Philly year that year.
no,
That was the best.
no.
That was the best Laker team that they had with Shaq and Kobe.
Yep. No, you couldn't do that with them.
Yeah, he
And
didn't win MVP. He didn't win MVP that year, but that was, to my opinion, that was the best.
Yeah,
The best version of Shaq outside of the MVP Shaq. I think he should have won it back to back.
they should.
Because those 2 years was, besides the Orlando Shaq, those are
Yeah.
the 2 years the best Shaq I've seen.
Yeah.
That man. Go ahead.
I really don't think people appreciate Shaq as a player because he's the only other guy that won 3 Finals MVPs back to back to back beside MJ.
It is true.
Yeah, the thing about Shaq is Shaq, if he took back, if he his mindset, him and LeBron got that. To me, they're the most physical, dominating guys, but their mindset on winning. Not to say they don't they don't want to win, but like somebody like Kobe and Michael, they're obsessive about it. Those guys, do whatever, they win, they have a good time. But those guys were obsessive about winning. And Shaq probably, had he got his conditioning and everything, probably could have been one of the greatest ever. He's one of the greatest now, but he could have been ranked higher to me.
He would have been the greatest. He would have been the greatest. He would have been. I don't think he would have superseded MJ, but the conversations, if he would have got in shape like Gary Vitti was,
Yeah.
and Kobe, and the whole Lakers organization was trying to get with. I think Jerry West was another one that was always on him about his weight and his and staying in shape and all that.
Yeah.
If he would have stayed, if he would have stayed in shape and everything, he would have been, because he was unstoppable.
Yeah. You couldn't stop him. You couldn't do nothing with him.
He was unstoppable. But the one thing that they will always criticize Shaq for, which I don't think is right, but I always say you can be the greatest ever if you have an and but in the conversation.
There you go.
And with Shaq, the and but is always he needed a dominant wing player to be successful.
Yep.
Like he had Penny. They should have won a title, but they ran into the Hakeem the Dream. They're the only team that they're the team. There's one team that eliminated MJ in the 90s in the playoffs, and that was Shaq and Penny.
Yep.
The only team that eliminated him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that's not fair to him.
Yeah.
But every center, besides Hakeem, needed a squad around him. Hakeem is the only one that carried his squad on his back without a wing superstar.
Yeah.
So that's why I hold Hakeem up there.
I did too.
That's why I put him ahead of Kareem, even with Kareem's accomplishments.
Oh. I got a team. I got a team number 2.
Because besides Kareem, besides Lou Alcindor,
Yeah.
UCLA Kareem,
Yeah.
he's never carried a team on his back, and he was getting dog walked by Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
You need to watch. You need to watch the highlights.
I did see some of them old highlights because Wilt was the only one who could block the sky hook. Nobody else could.
He was getting dog walked by Wilt Chamberlain. He couldn't handle him.
But you gotta understand.
Wilt was more athletic. He was bigger.
Yeah.
Stronger, faster. And Kareem couldn't handle him. It was the only center that Kareem couldn't handle.
But you gotta think.
And that was prime Kareem. That wasn't old Kareem.
Yeah, you also gotta think. As far as Kareem, the guy could, as far as Wilt, the guy could bench press 700 pounds. Bench press like 500 pounds. He could do a high jump. He was good at badminton. He was
my dad
probably the greatest athlete.
Yeah, my dad, may you rest in peace. I never argued with him because I never seen Wilt play.
Right.
He seen Wilt and Michael Jordan play.
Yeah.
And he said Michael Jordan couldn't hold a candle to Wilt Chamberlain.
Right.
He said in his eyes, Wilt Chamberlain was the greatest athlete to ever play a sport because he retired. And remember,
at 50, they tried to get him.
Remember, he did other sports after he retired, and he dominated in those sports. Yeah. I think he did track and field. I think he did volleyball.
Right.
And there was another sport he did. I can't remember, but he dominated in every single sport.
Yeah.
After he retired from the NBA. And that's what I consider an athlete is if you can dominate multiple sports.
Yeah.
Like Bo Jackson, like a Deion Sanders.
Randy Moss.
You are up there as one of the top athletes.
Right.
Like MJ didn't dominate baseball.
No, he didn't dominate it.
Wilt dominated. This was my dad's argument. He said Wilt dominated 3 different sports.
Yeah.
He said MJ didn't.
Nope.
So he said that was his argument. He said he's not gonna take anything from MJ, but he's not better than Wilt in his eyes. And he took that to the grave.
Right.
And I never argued with him. I said I can't. I never seen Wilt play.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because you can't speak on what I can speak of what I know and what I've seen. But
and he also said that people need to stop lying, saying that Bill Russell dominated Wilt Chamberlain.
No.
My dad said Wilt Chamberlain was the only one that pushed that Celtic squad to the limit by himself. He said
there you go.
He said it wasn't blowouts, it wasn't dominating fashion. It was down to the wire.
Right.
So
well,
I can't argue with the man. He's seen it.
Right. Yeah, because one guy has the impact, but you got to win as a team, and you got to have a system there to win as a team. Great as one guy is, that's always kind of been my. I got Mike as the greatest, but my homeboy.
He's the greatest that we've seen.
What we've seen.
Yeah.
But I got a homeboy. He's 6-0 now, and he gonna tell you about it.
Who's your homeboy, man?
Pip my homeboy now. Pip is my homeboy. 6-0. Before Pip did that interview, Pip was like, I don't think LeBron better than me. I'm 6-0 in the finals. And he felt that.
He can say it.
But I was like, man, you crazy. I was like, bro, you crazy.
We know
I understood what he was saying.
We know he's
not. I understood
he's a better defender than LeBron James, but
he's long. Boy got arm. They can touch walls with his arms.
But
arms that long.
The only pushback I give the Pip, and I'll say it to his face, is that you had your chance to lead the squad without MJ to shut everybody up, and you failed.
I ain't gonna. You know what? Hey, what's his name? That Lou Hollis that call in New York. Come on.
He was still in his prime.
Yeah, that's doing his prime. But I remember though when he was, that year he was considered for the MVP voting, and also he was the MVP of the All-Star game. When MJ was gone.
You talking about in Chicago when Jordan.
Right.
I'm talking about when he went to Houston and Portland.
Okay, yeah, but Portland, you know what?
And
that was coming of the Lakers though.
And he had more talent.
Yeah, that game.
More talent.
Portland, I thought Portland had us, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Portland was giving us the business at first.
Yeah, in the 2000 Western Conference Finals, and then Shaq just gave the crowd that nod, and then the Lakers came back, and then all the foul calls. And,
I remember that game clear. I was like, man.
Yeah, I was like, here we go again.
Yeah.
And then
he went through.
I don't lie. I ran when Kobe threw that lob to Shaq over Steve Smith.
Yeah.
I ran out my house. I was like, this is ours. We gonna win.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
we were hooping, hollering, and that Portland team was loaded, bro. A lot of people.
And I was like, here comes number 13.
I'm gonna tell you somebody who was good. They always underestimate him, but that Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, he was blackballed.
He was blackballed.
He was blackballed by the league, and he knew it.
Yep.
And they were, pardon my language, they were fucking with him.
They were.
And he knew it. Because if you hear him, if you watch any of the podcasts that he's on, because he has a podcast with what's his
Bonzi,
name?
Right?
Bonzi. Him and Bonzi. And he talked about it.
Right.
And he was like, it got so bad he even called it. He was like, well, we about to play the Lakers. He said, well, we about to sit early. And Bonzi was like, he said, I looked at you crazy, like, what the fuck you talking about? And he was like, as soon as the game started, he was like, bloop.
Yep.
Then bloop. And there go Rasheed sitting on the bench. And then Bonzi guarding Kobe. Bloop.
Yep.
Bloop. And he was like, yep, they both on the bench. He was like, yep. It was because I can't argue with him because he's on. He says he has access to information that we don't. He was in the league. They know how the back office work.
Right.
And you know how it is when you call stuff out when they don't want it to be known to the public. They blackball you.
They blackball you.
They blackball you. And he said it himself. Why he said that's why they shipped him out from Portland and sent him to Detroit. Yeah,
he was good there too, though. But he was good in Washington. But I always followed Sheed from college. It's just that height, that length, that he played defense. He played great help defense. Sheed was my guy. I was high on Sheed.
North Carolina, I can't stand them. I'm a Duke. I like the Duke.
Okay.
That's why I never liked Jordan when he played. I was never a Jordan fan. I never owned a pair of Jordans because I stayed faithful to Duke. And I was like, this dude. I was like, every time he won a championship, I was like, man, this dude. Then he won 6. But I can't,
I can't knock him
in your face. When it's in my face, I can't. Like I said about the league, I gotta give credit when it's due. I was like, he's the greatest player I've ever seen. Magic's my GOAT, but he's the greatest player I've ever seen. I gotta give him his props. I don't have to like him.
Yeah,
I don't have to like somebody to give them their props.
Yeah, but guess what? I tell Scotty like I tell him. I say, okay. I said, y'all the greatest team ever, but you didn't beat the Showtime Lakers. Just remember that. You didn't beat them guys. You didn't beat Magic and Cap. Good as y'all were, you didn't beat them. You didn't beat Bird and them.
You didn't beat Bird. You didn't beat Bird Celtics.
Nope, you didn't beat.
Well, I don't think Pip wasn't there.
Nah, Pip was like, well, hey, Sid, they just a one-time trick. Can they do it 6 times? That was his word.
But the only argument they got is like they got the last laugh because they got more rings than them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they can say.
Yeah.
They got the last laugh on Zeke. They got the last laugh on Craig Elo
Yep.
and Mark Price. They got the
Yep.
last laugh. They got the last laugh on all of them. The only thing that I regret that we missed out on seeing
Yeah.
was the series that everybody wanted.
Well,
But I know why the league didn't make it happen. Because when Hakeem
oh yeah.
would have put that one loss
Yeah.
on MJ,
Yeah.
you couldn't call him the greatest basketball player of all time. They'd have been talking about Hakeem
Yeah.
as the greatest basketball player of all time. They weren't gonna beat Hakeem. They had no answer for him.
They had no answer for him.
They had no answer. Just like they had no answer for, of course, nobody had an answer for MJ, but they had an answer for everybody else.
Yeah.
They had Robert Ory. They had Kenny the Jet Smith.
Yep.
They had Sam Cassell.
Yep.
They had Vernon Maxwell.
Yep.
They had Otis Thorpe. They had
Mario Ellie.
They had Mario. Ooh, man, I couldn't stand Mario Ellie. That is one trash talking, and he trash talk fans when he beat you. When he beat you, talking to the fans, he'd be like, shh, he's like, go home.
Yeah.
And then, especially when he went to San Antonio.
I hate him then too.
I hated him there too. I was like, Mario Ellie, I want the.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the depth to deal with Chicago. Everybody talking about that MJ would have went 8-0. No, he wouldn't.
Nah, he would have lost. I would have loved to see that one.
Yeah, but they had to. I said Sam Cassell.
That's
Bruce.
when old Charles came.
I did say Sam Cassell, Brucey. That was, they won Sam Cassell's rookie year.
Yep.
And he got both of his titles his second year with them.
Yep.
They had the depth to deal with Chicago.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have won 8-0.
Yeah.
Jordan fans say he would have won 8-0. Like, no, he wouldn't.
Nah, I don't think he would.
He's not better. He's not better than Hakeem's a better basketball player.
Right.
Jordan is considered the GOAT because he's done more. He has more accomplishments.
Right.
But if Hakeem would have beat him, there would have been two big. He would have lost to two bigs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know if Shaq if they'd have lost that to that Orlando because he never. That means he would have never left.
Right.
But Hakeem would have got two. Who knows? But I know he would have got at least one.
Right. He would have got one of them.
Like
NBA,
the NBA didn't want that.
Nah.
I'm gonna say that because of what happened. What I just seen. NBA didn't want their golden boy to go down to the dream because and if Bruce is on this show,
he agreed. Bruce would agree with both of us.
He better not disagree because they had no answer. Nobody. He had no answer. That was the best basketball Hakeem has played those 2 years.
Because you got a guy. He could I say almost 7 feet. He can block. He can steal. He got footwork. He got shots. He got post moves. He got counter post moves. He was just man was awesome.
Well, I can only go by Brucey what they said. They said they retired because of his pops.
Yep.
But I say, I say the NBA did not want to see their golden boy go down.
Yeah.
Because the conversation would have been a whole totally different.
Yeah.
If he was 6-1, 6-2.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Everybody didn't get the what they said. Everybody didn't get the message of the Messiah. John Sally said that.
John Sally, man, that's one dude I would love to sit down and talk to.
Yeah, he's funny.
That dude is hilarious. I would love to sit down here on this podcast and have John Sally here.
Yeah. But he was former Laker too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that dude's funny.
Yeah.
And and them stories that they tell, man, it's like,
Oh yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I don't know if the drunk one that Craig Hodges said was true or not. I don't believe that. I can't say he's lying. I just say I don't believe it. I don't believe
It's
it.
possible. It's
I,
possible.
I don't believe it.
It's possible. It ain't probable, but it's possible.
But I know back then them dudes used to smoke, drink before games and all that stuff. They used to come in the games high as a kite.
Yeah.
Um, you can tell who was and who wasn't. I know
Yeah.
sometimes Sean Kemp looked like he was baked sometimes.
Yeah.
As don't quote that, because don't say that is law. Don't send him a message telling him, hey, this dude on the Be Ready Sports podcast said you was playing bait, Sean
Yeah.
Kemp. Is that true? And bury my podcast.
But like, those guys, they were men. They were men back then. I can say that.
Yeah.
And
And
we could kind of tell the difference between the young guys and those guys were men. They were men.
yeah, but you also gotta look at things. Times are different now.
Times are different.
Times are different. They have access to more.
Yep.
A lot of them guys back then didn't play more than 12, 13 years because of the way they were treating their bodies.
Yep.
Like you can only smoke so much and try to run up and down the court for so long.
Yep. And then those guys
Um,
took a lot of spills. They took a lot of hits,
they
hard
played
hits,
they played through injuries,
and they played all 82 games.
and that's why you see a lot of guys sitting out to try to make their careers longer. But it's pissing off the fans,
Yep.
so they got to fix that. But who started it? Popovich.
Yep.
Popovich.
Well, hey,
Load
let
management
people
with Tim
say they'll
Duncan.
say LeBron started it. They gonna say LeBron did it. LeBron, but he didn't because he played the first 15 years of his career.
Popovich started with load management.
I know.
He started sitting Tim Duncan on back to backs,
Mm-hmm.
and then started sitting Kawhi on back to backs. Popovich started that. That's
Yep.
like he started the Hack a Shack.
Yep.
He a
But
trendsetter.
not everybody gonna want to call him out though, Coach Steve. They don't want to call. They don't want to call. They don't want to call. They don't want to call the other Golden Boy out because they love Pop.
But you got to call a spade though.
Gotta call a spade a
If you're
spade.
gonna speak on it, speak the truth.
Got to speak. Yep.
I mean, not everything Pop did was good for the sport.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
And then all that flopping and stuff really started with Ginobili and them other guys.
Flopping been in the NBA for a long time.
Yeah, but like them guys perfected.
They just didn't call it flopping back then. But if you watch the tape all the
Reggie
way
Miller.
back in the day,
Yeah.
Reggie Miller was the biggest one.
Oh yeah.
That man used to sell fouls.
And then he would always kick his leg out.
Kick his leg out. Yeah.
He'd get the call. I'm like,
Kick his leg out and get the call.
and then they give it to him.
He's the reason why they started shooting 3 free throws.
Right.
It was because of him.
Yep.
He went to the league and said hey, I'm getting fouled shooting. I'm getting fouled shooting threes. It's not fair that I only get 2 shots.
Mm.
So he they don't want to talk about all that though.
Nah, they don't want to speak on it. They don't want that. The other guys, yeah. Mm-mm.
They what's another one? The reason why they did that, I'm trying to remember when did illegal defense start, because that wasn't back in the 70s.
No.
In the early 80s. It was before it's been in place since I started watching basketball.
Right.
Which was the late 80s. They had the illegal defense.
Right.
But it was changes happen when people
Right.
People always talk about
Yeah.
MJ going to because they only single out stuff that fit their negative. They like, oh, MJ's the one they go to. People been doing that way before him.
Yep.
Oscar Robinson did it. That started
Yep.
free agency. He went to the league office. Um,
Mm,
the they were crying. They were crying about um Will Chamberlain.
yep.
He had an unfair advantage, so he wasn't allowed to post people up and dunk on them.
But then he led the league in assists. Yeah.
He'll lead the league in every statistical category, and they didn't even.
So,
And if they would have, you know, counted block shots back then, he would have led the league
yeah.
in that too.
That. Yep.
They didn't. So, and then they didn't have a 3-point line. If they did,
Nope.
um, there would be them guys back in the day would have been higher on that list of
Yep.
3-point shooters because you had a lot of shooters back then.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Jerry West was a shooter.
not to sound racist, but they always say the white man can shoot.
Yep.
They had
You're
nothing
right.
but shooters back then.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete averaged 40, damn near 40 points without 3-point line.
Yeah. Rick Barry was a good shooter too, though.
Is that the one that had the underhand free throws?
Yep. Golden State.
That's banned today.
Bad today, but hey,
Can't
it worked.
shoot free throws like that.
Nah.
Oh man. But Chief,
All right.
we gonna call it.
We gonna call it night.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on being on here for over an hour. It was just supposed to be a quick show, but
Okay. Okay.
you know, I gotta let my one of my number one viewers, have his time.
I fully understand.
Yeah, I just want to touch on that on Dallas still in the draft lottery this year. That was a shocker, and I know Man Down's gonna talk about it. I know Sports
Right.
T is gonna talk about it if they're not talking about it already.
Oh yeah.
I know Rob Parker is gonna talk about it
Yeah.
if he hasn't already. I haven't tuned into his radio show.
Yeah. He's
First
funny.
thing I did when I got home was prep for the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob's my guy. He's funny. No how, no way. I'm not gonna poo-poo the trade, but there's something fishy going on.
There's something fishy going on.
Something fishy going on. You
Got the-
can't tell me. Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's right about this though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys came from the trenches back in the days. Now it's
Hey.
former NBA players' kids and the kids getting access to all these trainers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Parents with the money, so he's spot on with that.
Mm-hmm.
But appreciate you coming on, Chief.
No problem,
I appreciate you coming on, Brucey. This was gonna be a quick 30 to 45 minute show.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys coming on with me.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
as this show grows, we'll do more random shows like this.
Okay.
But as of right now, you'll see us Friday nights at 7 p.m., Saturday nights at 6:30, Sunday nights at 6 p.m. for the time being.
Right.
As we grow, then that will change. Look out for our panel show that's coming up in July,
Okay.
where we're going to discuss youth sports as a whole and
Right.
what's wrong with it and what needs to be fixed. We're going to have coaches from all sports, Little League baseball, travel basketball, and Pop Warner football. They're going to be on. We're going to have a panel for that show.
Okay.
Also, August, look out for our college football show.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have a panel on here. We're gonna discuss college football.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to get those
for that.
Steve and Bruce for that one. Those Notre Dame guys versus USC.
Yeah, it might be I'm gonna talk to Bruce. It might be a cross episode between
Yeah,
us
is.
and the format podcast.
Right.
We might do a cross episode.
Yeah, because it gotta be USC versus Notre Dame.
Man, he don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
I know.
I think he wants to smoke.
He say he want to smoke.
He say he want it.
Bruce say he want to smoke. He haven't seen me live. He haven't seen me live and in color. Because if he thought that rant that I gave on the Lakers was something, that is nothing. That is nothing for what I'm capable of. Like, I don't know what he's capable of, but
Hey, boy, if these next two games and if Tatum's out, I can't wait. He's going. I would say, come on home to the misery train. When your team leaves, hey, come on home.
Didn't somebody say Knicks and 6?
Somebody did say Knicks and 6.
Who said Knicks and 6? I know somebody said Knicks and 6. After game 1, I'm not going to say no names.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said Knicks and 6.
Mm.
I think they're gonna win game. I think the Celtics gonna win game 5 just on pride.
I don't know. I got to see the type. Yeah, I want to see how Tatum's
doing. They're defending champions. I don't think they're gonna play lights out. They're not gonna.
They're gonna play lights out, but I think Tatum. I think they might miss Tatum though.
Yeah, but sometimes you win games on will.
That's true.
They may, they're gonna put all their energy in game 5, trying not to lose at home. They're defending champions, but they're gonna run out of steam in game 6.
Okay.
And Cavs are gonna be done in 5. The Cavs gonna be done in 5.
Yep.
OKC, they're gonna go the distance. And let me check the score before we get off. Because if if
Minnesota should have this.
Minnesota's up 6 now. They're about to head into halftime pretty soon. Minnesota wins that one, go up 3-1. That's gonna be over. So, but you guys tune in. We got some good episodes. We have some good guests We have some solid guests coming up. Tune in tomorrow night. We're gonna have another special episode. We're gonna have 5th grade big man Austin Martinez on tomorrow. Friday, you can't miss that. We got my man Keelan Hollowell, who also has his own show, Key to Another Level. He goes live on TAN TV, but you can always see it on Facebook. 7:30 Central. Just look up Key to Another Level or TAN TV, and you can follow it on Facebook. You see it on Facebook or Instagram. He goes Instagram Live. His dad also has a Matt Hollowell, and his Coach Kiso. They have Chronicles to the Hardwoods, which they go live on Saturdays. I believe that's 7:30 Central Time too, on the same platforms. But Key will be on Friday, and you can't miss that. That kid is talented. You want to see the next Kevin Durant? Tune in Saturday. My man Terrell Benton, he's a splitting image of KD.
Gangly,
long, and plays the same, but he wears 24. And then you're gonna have
24.
Yep. And then Sunday you're gonna have a guy that I nicknamed Baby Kobe, and you're gonna see why. Just look at the face. You're gonna see why. He's like Max Christie. When you have a dude has that Kobe.
Yeah.
and he plays like it on the court. So
Did he move that jaw like Kobe?
to
I didn't get the job. You gotta get the job. You gotta get that.
But yeah, y'all, everybody, you got to tune in. We got 4 really talented guests coming up. Like I said, we promote these youth athletes. They're the future of this game, and they're going to take this game of basketball back to where it was.
Right.
Like these guys are amazing.
Right.
So the evolution is there.
Right.
But Chief,
Yes, sir.
it's time to count us out.
All right.
Time to count us out, Chief.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right.
You gotta say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
To be ready.
Gotta stay ready.
And we out.
Be out. Water.